Alrighty, well, I sort of let the comments go a little bit. I might as well answer a few. Radical RC asked, will lambs go behind cover if there's cover there? Lambs will follow their mother wherever their mother goes, off a cliff if necessary. And if the mother drops dead on the spot, the lamb will stay with her where she dies. Probably sometimes more than a week before they even move on. But they'll always graze where the dead mother is, like within 30 yards of it, sort of thing. And sometimes the mother will die and they'll be old enough to actually survive it, and I've seen that happen. And this one particular lamb, it would actually go back and sleep beside its dead mother every night, and it done that for about at least a week and a half. But it was at that age where it was almost ready to be weaned and all that anyway. And then it started hanging around with all the other lambs and sort of realised its mother wasn't going to move, and that was it. She's probably starting to smell a little bit by that time anyway. My father's got an open fronted shed, and it's quite common for the sheep to go in there for shelter. And there's one thing that he sometimes takes out, and if he takes that one thing out for any extended period of time, and they've gone out for the day or whatever, they come home, and all the sheep will be right inside the shed, sort of thing, just for cover. And if they see you, they might get unsettled and run out. But if you don't park back in that shed or anything like that, or park too close to it, they'll actually just stay in there. And it's not uncommon, even the carport on the side of his house, that they're sitting under that or sitting under the eaves at the end of the carport. I got another one from a new subscriber. Honestly, this is like a broken record, this question. Why don't you have a better camera? Well, does it ever occur to some people that if I'm off-grid, I don't have all the capacity that on-grid people have? Yep. That's the case. And I'm living in Australia. And Australia has notoriously shit internet. We don't think it's so bad, but if you've been to the States or Europe and you've come here, you'll be shocked at how bad it is. I'll put it like this. Troy told me that in New York State, Upper New York State, with his cell phone, he can get 8 megabits a second upload speed with a cell phone. I think it was upload. In Coffs Harbour, where the family had cable internet, 268 kilobits a second. That's right, in New York, your cell phone will be nearly 32 times the speed of the cable internet in towns in Australia. Furthermore, it's damn expensive. A particular subscriber said they paid €15 a month for unlimited internet, which is basically mobile broadband Wi-Fi internet. They paid €15 a month for unlimited. That exact one there, Telstra, prepaid, $200 gets you 12 gigabytes. Yeah, 12 gig for $200. And we're not talking Hong Kong dollars either. Australian dollars, what is it now? 60-something, 70-something US cents. A lot of things are more expensive here in Australia, particularly infrastructure. It's due to a lower population and the distances of everything being so much bigger per population. It's just harder to fund it. Anyway, there's a lot of things I see where people just cannot grasp the concept of distance and lack of population in areas of Australia. In fact, Siberia has one of the lowest population densities in the world. and we've got pretty much the same stuff as Siberian population density. Go look at Siberian Wikipedia, it tells you that. There's reasons for that, this whole idea the place is going to become developed. Well, you know, have fun trying to use soil that's infertile as shit in the middle of a desert that has sand dunes in parts, 1,000 miles from any good water connections, where the humidity may be 95% and the ground temperature is 60 degrees Celsius. You don't know what that's like unless you've been to Iraq in the summer. And we're somehow going to develop it. Develop it as what? Bloody warehouse space? I mean, anyway, not going to rant on about that. Already did. Oh yeah, Versatech asked why I can't boil stuff directly on the wood heater here, which is going. I think it's more crap in here. Why can't I boil stuff directly on the wood heater? Well, this one is sort of made so that you can't. It's not really a wood stove. It's just a wood heater. In fact, it's got a compliance plate on the back, which you can't see with a cracker. And that compliance plate says that it'll guarantee, the manufacturer guarantees you won't get any more than 105 degrees on some surfaces and 95 on other surfaces. And they're talking about the sides and the base of it. So yeah, it gets sort of pretty warm. You wouldn't want to touch it on the top, but it's never warm enough to actually cook anything. So that's why if I cook anything, I actually throw it in the firebox sort of thing, because it's all deliberately, like you got things gapped out and stuff like that. So that, you know, so it's sort of like a guard sort of thing, so that side won't be hot against the outside. But as Black Kitty found out the window, there gets pretty hot in it. There's a couple other questions that I couldn't remember them. Yeah, as for all the lighting, this phone I'm on now, I'm not joking, it was the last one on the shelf in 2005. I can have on compact fluoro lights, as I do right now, and you see how drab the lighting is. I can put on the LED lights, because I've got LED lights in bedroom, kitchen and bathroom. I can even put the flash of this camera on, and which I don't have on now because it usually dazzles me. So if I'm pointing it at myself, I'll never have it on. But I can turn all the lights on and you're still battling to see anything, even with all the lights on in this place. And these lights are the same sort of lights that, you know, they use in standardised houses. As you see there, it's just cut it right back. Brighter now. As soon as you get too close to it, deliberately cuts it back. There might be something I can play around with white balance and whatnot, but I've fidgeted around with it on the other phone and it doesn't seem to make a bloody difference. So even when I turn it right up or right down, so I know it's a bum. I know it's crap trying to look at all this stuff in the half-pitch black, but these phones, the cameras just ain't so great, but they're the only things that I can realistically expect to upload video off. When I get... here it is. Here it is there. There's my normal camera. As soon as I come up to daylight, everything lights up with this thing. Now, it's Panasonic. There you go. HD. So this thing works fine, and I do use it. But the fact of the matter is, I've switched it to 640 by 480, and then I compress that 640 by 480. Oh, you should just film directly with it. Yeah. Well, when I get it to 640 by 480 and compress it so that it's not as good as it originally was, but it's still 640 by 480. The smut video, for instance, 2 minutes of footage off that at a compressed 640 by 480 will take me 12 to 15 minutes to upload. And, well, one day I was there with a tablet at the library and I had a bunch of videos to upload, and then I could watch what I wanted to watch. I spent an hour and a half just pressing the upload button. It gets that ridiculous that I actually start reading Mad Magazine, Grassroots Magazine, any other alternative earth building, house building stuff. There's another one, I forget the name of it. It's an alternative building. I end up reading that sort of stuff, sometimes reading books while I'm waiting for the tablet to upload, because that's free internet. So, and in actual fact, honestly, it's close to speeds I get out here that I'm paying for anyway, so I might as well just use it for free. But yeah, this job is not too bad. There's one part where once you start you can't stop, and we went for something like 6.5 hours without a break, which I don't sort of really like that one, but you can take drinks out. And this other woman I worked with has nutted a few things out. She's worked out that what you do, instead of taking just out a drink for 6.5 hours, you take out soup in a travel mug. And they don't know that you basically, you know, getting some real bloomin' carbohydrates, or what do you put, mashed potato with a bit of bloomin' water or whatever, and you can have a big heap of mashed potato out there with your travel mug. You know, so I've got a whole stack of these disposable, not disposable, like these up and go things, so I might be taking a few of them out there. But yeah, apparently that's part of the dealio. Once you're out in this area and you start going, you can't stop with one particular job. What else was I going to say? I can't really remember. They have a few alarm problems with these temperature alarms that are running stupid, and they get midnight hour calls, so 2 a.m. calls and stuff like that. And they're having trouble with them when I was in there the other day again. But yeah, they sort of showed me some of the stuff, and they're going to show me more stuff. And the environment is actually reasonably warm. It's not, early morning it might be about 18 degrees, but then as you keep working during the day, it's up like 20 degrees at least, you know, if not 21, 22 sort of thing. It probably is about 22 degrees by the time you know, the day sort of continues on a bit. And it is an inside job, which is, yeah, not sort of the sort of inside job that you'd expect when people say inside jobs, but you're in there and the whole joint is, I mean, it's airtight, the place. You know, it's all blooming, everything's all, you know, there's no rain, it's warm, it's blooming, there's not even any flies really, which is quite surprising, but they're sort of absolutely paranoid about cleanliness in this place. And that's sort of why, but yeah, it's going to be one of these. It's also very interesting with start times. When do you want me to start? Somewhere between 8:30 and 9. So is it 8:30 or 9? Oh, just some whenever, just sometime in between. We're not busy that day, so. And people, the sort of start times always vary quite a bit, but with the start times, it's not sort of like as though, you know, if I turned up 5 minutes late at the vineyard, they'd say something. But it's not like the vines are going to run away, or, you know, they're still waiting there for me, sort of thing. But if you turn up 5 minutes late, or you're 5 minutes late, but here, it's just like, the time you got to turn up is like a ballpark time sort of thing. It's not really a specific time. It's just like, oh, sometime between it. And they're really lax on that, which is good in a way. So if anything stuffs up, like Black Kitty climbing up in the roof at the last minute, you know, got a few minutes leeway. And the fact of the matter is, because you got to have a shower as you get in and whatnot, you're usually waiting for some dude to get out of the shower anyway. And so that's how that's going. And yeah, just sort of tell you that and answer a few questions there.